So from a marketing perspective, what are some things that folks can do early on in the game to help differentiate themselves and put themselves out there the way that they want to be put out there?
Before I jump into that, Evan, you kind of hit upon a point I want to touch upon. Between the marketing on my end and the sales on your end for any business, we are kind of the forefront of business growth, right? So a lot of times what happens, talking about your price points, a lot of times we all are in the business of growing the business. We're not in the business of staying stagnant. So at the end of the day, if we're out there and we're trying to compete on price without having the measurement of the high end and the low end competitor, if we're trying to compete on price, that's not something that's sustainable. It's not. You're going to running on that hamster wheel far more than you should be, just trying to bring in enough clients to sustain.
And not only is it not sustainable, but I have walked into some companies where they lose money every time they close a deal because they're competing on price so much, and they don't take into mind their overhead, what they may be paying their salespeople, what they may be spending in marketing, and they end up losing money every single time they close a deal, which is no way to stay in business for any period of time.
Yeah. And part of what we'll maybe get into another episode is the importance of understanding that you've stepped into that business. We've all done it. We've all stepped into a client who may not have been the ideal client. But what I'll say is the more important thing is when to get out of it so that you don't sink into that drowning work of bad business, right?
Absolutely. My mantra to my clients is, do you care more about overall revenue, or do you care about what you're bringing home at the end of the day?